There he is, our last minute boy,
Mm.
always here,
Well,
always just on time.
I
Matthew,
Yo, how
how
you
are
doing?
you, homie?
Oh, not too bad. How are you?
I am in a lot of discomfort this morning.
Well, you let me know how long you want to go and what you want to deal with. So,
Yeah, I we put the tree ring up yesterday.
yes,
Oh my god, I'm dying.
yeah, I did a job on you.
So I had to bend over. Also, the tree branches are like low, so they're just hitting me in the face constantly. So I had to bend over and then take these two. The pieces are like 3 to 4 feet long, and they're made out
Okay.
of recycled rubber. So they're not light, they're not heavy, but you have to put these pegs in and then squeeze them together. And
That sounds just awkward.
I do that. It was so I had to bend over and then like it's almost like doing cable pulls, but you have to like hold it and keep going. And also they move on you. So I mean, Cassandra, bless her heart, cannot be a whole lot of help in that. Occasionally I was like, hey, can you like keep this from wiggling away from me so I actually can pull these together so one doesn't move? So Spike, I also had to dig out a bunch of stuff and then drag a literal like 20-gallon thing of dirt over and dump it, which I was like, oh, I should be able to pick this up. No,
No.
even if it would have had two handles on that thing we use, no fucking way.
Yeah, that's
So,
quick.
so then I was like, well, I'll pull it over. I can do this with one hand. No, I had to fucking, bend over, grab the one handle, and then slow pull it back in around, and then turn it over, and then break it out. By the time we were done, we were out there for 3 hours. By the time we were done, I was like, I'm fucking done. Like I wanted to mulch leaves yesterday, but I was like, I thought we'd be out there for like an hour tops.
Sure.
It was brutal. It looks good. We need it. Oh, and then I had to haul the mulch from the garage to the front yard, which was like another 5 trips. Because it was like 10 bags of mulch or 8 bags of mulch or something like that. Plus, I had to just keep going back and forth for equipment. Yeah, it was Cassandra's like, it's not a perfect circle, and I was like, I don't fucking care. So when we get some more spikes, we're gonna have to pull some of it up and then
No, you won't.
rearrange it.
No.
Oh, you don't know her well enough.
Yeah, but
still. She was so pissed off that she was like, I should have just brought out a measuring tape and I should have just measured this rather than try to iron it up. It's like 4 inches off, and I was like, listen, no one's gonna know except for you. And she's like, no, come over here. And I'm like, okay, you can tell a little bit, but still, really, who cares? And she's like, I do.
Well,
so
then,
right. No, God, no. No. So then we had to go pick up my car because we finally got it working, and it needed some work. Plus, it's a Kia, so there's also a mandate because they've been exploding. What? Your model catches on fire, apparently. Oh. Spike is back. Hey, Shaggy. So then we did that. And then I was like, I'm so hungry because I've just had a granola bar today. I stopped at Falafel King.
Oh.
Have you ever eaten Falafel King, Matthew?
I feel like I have at some point, but it's not somewhere I frequent.
I had not. And people have been like, you love Greek food. Why have you not tried Falafel King? Plus, it's like 6 blocks away from your house.
Well, sure.
Cast it in the fire, Cassandra. Exactly. You'll I'll look down and you'll cry, help me, and I'll say no. So I said to Falafel King, spent like $30. I got so much goddamn food, it was insane. It was really good. It's maybe the best falafel I've had in a long time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was moist. It was well seasoned. I find falafel a lot of time to be dry.
Hmm.
This was not that. It was so good that my wife, who does not like falafel, was like, I was like, well, okay, I'll let you have a bite, of my falafel. And then she was like, yeah, you have another falafel over there. This falafel is mine. Fair enough. I was just happy she liked it.
Just sure.
So yeah, and then I slept for like I literally went to the bedroom. I laid down. I stared at my phone, and then I woke up, and my foot was on my chest because I fell asleep looking at YouTube. I'm
I mean,
so
glad
fucked.
you got some sleep.
Yeah, I had
Yes.
problems waking up this morning.
I mean, that's most mornings for me.
But I don't think I'm starting till Wednesday, so I can do leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, so like you're good? You got something?
I do. I am going to be working for a place called Stepping Stone. It's a nonprofit that is working to end homelessness. So I will be a case manager for folks with housing insecurity who are in the shelter for a 30 to 60-day stay and assisting them with their housing plans.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a very strict environment. So I won't have to get hit, spit on, have feces thrown at me, cursed at. Because if you do that shit, you get kicked out.
Fair enough. Seems reasonable.
Oh shit, falafel talk cured your FedEx rage? That's fair. It was really good. I actually was like, I kind of want falafel today. I think that's the real key, though, Shaggy, with places like that, is your local places where it's like greasy spoon type shit. They're never nowhere's ever as good as your local place. One time we went to Chikara, a show, blah, 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 blah. We went to a Chicago Chikara show, and we had Cuban food in this hole in the wall place. And I've had Cuban food multiple times across this great nation of ours. No one will ever touch that food. And part of it was just the environment. There was like 6 tables, and everyone was just smushed together. And there was like 12 of us. And there was a consistent line of people. I mean, out the door the whole time we were there. And it smelled like heaven. It was just, the food was great. We were with our friends. We were getting ready to go watch wrestling in a venue I adore. And the food was phenomenal. It was just great. Places like that I think are hard to beat. I think Chicago is a place that is full of them. Minneapolis, St. Paul has a lot of places. It's just, I live in the burbs, so I mean, I live in a first ring suburb, and I live very close to places, but especially with COVID, that's curbed a lot of that. Because James and I used to go to a place and get wings like every couple of weeks. That was a hole in the wall place, and it was. Yes, I agree, Shaggy. Hole in the wall is the way to go. So now that I've talked for 10 minutes about dumb shit, Matthew, how are you?
I mean, it's Sunday. We're gonna run some errands and do some stuff, and that's I'm getting I got my eBay stuff and.
Oh shit! How's the eBay stuff going?
It's it goes. It's just part of the wallpaper now. I just put stuff up every week, and someday I won't have stuff to put up, and that'll be great.
Matt, is it a new camera angle?
I don't think so. I mean, new-ish, I guess.
Matt's looking good, baby.
I'm in a circle. I don't know.
I can't tell if I burned the top of my mouth or what. Plus, I woke up and I must have slept with my mouth open because my uvula is like hanging all the way down. So I feel like I've got this thing swinging in the back of my throat. Always a good time.
That fang swanging.
Speaking of fangs, Alabama White Fang, baby.
Yes.
You're my Jeff. Give me that rundown.
I thought you were gonna let the players do that.
I am, but I would like to know just a little bit about it.
I mean, I feel like introducing, like giving the possibility of it being a shapeshifter
Okay, that's
is
all I need to
probably
know. I
like
couldn't remember if that's what
let
it
them
was.
decide if it is,
Okay, okay.
but um, yeah, let me look into some stuff here. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
All right, it reportedly wanders the area between Morgan, Etowah, and Jefferson counties.
I know where Jefferson County is. We almost moved there when I was in high school,
Mm.
which would have sucked.
Described as white in color and reportedly stands about 8 feet tall, with
Well, it's Alabama. Of course, they're going to say it's white in color.
but of course also glowing red eyes.
Fucking big old thighs,
He
juicy thighs.
has the ability to move extremely quickly.
Oh,
So
yeah. Duh.
the Ames team is fucked.
So that was the other thing I was going to ask you. I've been trying to think about what we could name our team, our show, without it just being monsters. So I was thinking of Big Hill Beasts. Because I was trying to keep alliteration, but trying to think of other words for mountain. And it was like, oh, Big Hills, I guess, without being too crazy about it, and call it like fjord something.
I mean, it could be like the holler horrors.
Oh, holler horrors is so much better than Big Hill Beasts. Big Hill Beasts would be like holler horrors is like an S tier name. Mountain Monsters is like a B tier name, and Big Hill, what I call Big Hill something. I don't even know what I called it. What
Big Hill Beasts.
Big Hill Beast would be like a C tier name. Oh, Countryside Cryptids is also, that's a straight up A.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's really good. Oh God, those are really good names. I should write these down, but I gotta find a thing to write them down on. Right now I'm working on Oz stuff, and I'll show you here momentarily. Let's find a thing to write down these potential names. And I have not at all worked on fixing the formatting, because I'll be honest, I've been so stressed lately that
yeah,
doing anything that has been job related has been a little bit beyond me, especially because I don't know if I told you this. My severance didn't go through on Friday.
Oh man.
So I woke up to on 2 overdrafts because I have bill pays that go out on a bill pays. And I had to contact them again. And I was professional,
Sure,
but I was very, very stern about like, hey, this is bullshit. So then one of the heads of HR called me, and we had a nice conversation. She was like, I was expecting you to be very confrontational and angry. And I was like, I'm not angry with anybody.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm just frustrated. Hills and Hollers horrors. That's a little too much. I like it. I like Hills and Hollers, especially it feels like a video game name.
Yes.
Which makes me, if I think, has like a Ghost and Goblins vibe to it, which I don't know if Christ, I'm old. I don't know if anyone remembers that game.
Oh yeah, Ghosts and Goblins, man, that thing's a stone bastard.
Yeah, it's a banger. So anyway, we got that shit straightened out to the point, because I literally said, if I don't have my money by today, I'm calling my lawyer, because you have null and voided this thing you made me sign. And they were like, oh, don't do that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So they didn't have to, because they called me, and I told them I'd give them to today, till today. Okay. And it came through Saturday morning. So,
Hey, Dirty,
yeah, I was very unhappy.
Beardy, I got your money.
Oh, god damn you. These things you put in the private chat are beautiful, Matthew.
That's just me doing some quick Googling with the
You
white
were
hat.
out Jeffing Jeff.
Yeah, because he would have just gone to Wikipedia and told you about the fucking, first person to live in that county or something.
So anyway, that happened, and then my paperwork was all signed, sealed, and delivered. So
Good.
that should be done. They were like Monday or Wednesday, probably, and I was like, they were like, we have to do some stuff on our end. Perfect. So they sent the paperwork they sent me had the wrong style of wage on it. Like I'm salaried, not hourly, and it wasn't. I did the math, and it didn't equate up to what we agreed upon. Granted, it was off by $80.
Hey,
but I'm taking like a $7,000 a year pay cut. So
yeah,
I was like, you guys, what you can offer me is literally the basement of what I'm willing to accept. So it's got to be correct. And they were like, we are really sorry. We'll send that corrected over right now. And they did. So we're going to add this. So I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been I'm exhausted, dude.
Sounds like it. Yeah. I mean,
so fucking tired. I've been streaming this week, not because I'm like, and the other reason that I just need an outlet and I don't want to continually talk about this shit to my wife because I'm afraid she'll be like, I don't want to hear this anymore. Even though that she would never do that, but Don't Go Wandering in Them Woods. Also that's also a good ass title. We're gonna put that one down. Okay, we're gonna put down possible titles for the show at the beginning of the episode. The PCs will decide the name of their show's pilot. Sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
So we have. I'm putting this one down. I like this one. Breaks our conceit, but I really like the name a lot. I think it's like. Okay. We had we had Countryside Cryptids, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Which also sounds like a place you'd go stay, like a
bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast. Yeah, I can't, man. I am struggling. I am so sorry, everyone. What else do we have? We had Big Hill Beasts.
Big Hill Beasts. Yep.
We had, what was yours, Matt?
Shit, now I forgot.
Holler
Horrors. Holler Horrors. Yes.
Okay.
Valley Varmints.
Oh, Valley Varmints, also very good. I think that's how you spell varmints.
Let me see. There's an N in there. Varmint.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Varmints looks like a word of like a very tasty mint candy.
Well, yeah, it's right there. It's very and mint.
That's very, very mint. All right. Someday I will trick someone into formatting this. Or I will. I mean, who knows? Okay. So the other thing I've been working on today, and I'm trying to get it done. Look at all those beautiful boys.
Aww.
Is I'm trying to get my Oz stuff done. So the problem is I've gotten into splitting stuff, and now I'm bringing it back. So the whole premise is Oscar digs the OG wizard. Because the thing about this book, I don't know if did I show you this? I had to.
Wait, you had to buy another copy.
Yeah. So the art is absolutely spectacular. First of all, it's a pretty book.
Oh yeah, it's got a great style.
So the way they this is my favorite right here. This is Oz Ultra.
Of course.
Which apparently are from the books.
Oh.
Countryside Toy Show. Ooh.
I also went to a toy show this morning and did not find anything.
Oh.
That's
okay.
Fun.
So this is also like this is the mob of Oz. Oz is in this weird like 1920s, 1940s vibe.
Okay.
Which I didn't like. There's Oscar Diggs looking like a fucking extra in The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Except for old. I don't think they'd let olds in there.
That reminds me, I need to get apparently Tom Scioli did a Godzilla book where he fights the Great Gatsby.
Okay, I'm going to talk about this you can put a timer on it for no more than 5 minutes. There was a live show. It was Taz versus the Great Gatsby. Because, they were doing the whole season. It was Taz versus Dracula.
Okay.
They did a live show that was Taz versus Moby Dick. And then they did a live show that was Taz versus the Great Gatsby, in which Justin's character hit the Great Gatsby with a 1987, like a 1999 Honda Prius, or whatever car it was. It was some car that was like not supposed to exist in this timeline, and he hit him with it, and it was pretty fucking great. In which the plot was the Great Gatsby was tricking people into doing the Charlton so he could absorb their Charlton energy to fuel his time machine.
All right.
And at one point they were like, Griffin, did you ever read The Great Gatsby? He was like, no, I don't know this book at all. And his dad, Clint, was naming shit off. And he's like, Clint, how do you know that? And he had a fucking Cliff's Notes with him. And Griffin had to take it away from him. And this is in front of a live show. I think it was at Emerald City Comic Con. And he had to take it away from him because like, no, we're not doing that shit. And he was like, well, what? I prepped for the game. And he was like, no, Clint, no. They're constantly like, did you read Dracula? And he was like, no, I didn't read Dracula. Did you read Moby Dick? Nope, didn't read Moby Dick. West Virginia school system. I did not read these books.
Yeah, I definitely have to pick this up because apparently Godzilla destroys the house that Gatsby bought for Daisy across the bay, and then uses his wealth to establish G-Force to stop Godzilla once and for all.
That seems like that's way too altruistic for Great Gatsby, though.
Well, but he's doing it
kind of a shithead.
Well, yeah.
So, like the one of this game, this isn't a game. This is like a system agnostic source book. So it's built so you could plug this setting into any system, which I love. So the basic premise is, Ozma has returned, as we saw in Return to Oz, which is because there's like 30 bomb books on Oz. There's a crazy amount. And that Ozma has decided that magic should not be used by the everyday person. It should be only used by certain people.
Okay.
So also, while Ozma is Queen of Oz, there's 4, I guess you'd call them wards of Oz. So people either get elected or take power, and they're not always friendly to her.
Okay.
So Oz is in this constant, like, pseudo-political arm wrestling contest between different factions. And they set this book up to be a urban point crawl, which is kind of like a hex crawl, but it's more like in an urban environment, and it's all about like forming relationships and stuff like that. But there's still a lot of adventure involved. So this is kind of my taster for people. And the whole premise is Diggs brings the PCs, which are the actual players, into Oz via magic dice. And since he can't just have them appear, he has to drag them through this magical barrier of Oz, which then allows them to choose their classes. So, like,
Okay.
if you're playing in this game and Ryan's playing in this game, you would make a version of Ryan like as a first level character.
Okay.
Which how you see Ryan. So you would do the stats and the way you feel, and then Ryan would do you, and then you would get your character sheets, and then you would pick your class and everything. Well, basically, Diggs is like, hey, I can only keep you in Oz for 48 hours, and I need you to go to the ruins of the Great Library, which is in Oz, and I need you to find the Book of Records, which no one has been able to find since Ozma returned. He doesn't tell you why. He just needs that. And that's when the Oz Ultra agents bust in. So when each cadre of Oz Ultra agents, there's always like one member that has been recruited because their very presence nullifies magic.
Oh.
So they're like secret police, basically.
Yeah.
They're your magic Gestapo.
Yeah, I mean it's MK Ultra.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing is like the PC's then trying to get to the library, which is in ruins. And the library is like the size of like a village. It's fucking huge. It's like 4x4 blocks, I want to say. It's massive and it's in ruins. So there's 3 ways to get to that place from where they're at. There's the bridge, there's the monorail, and I gotta move these over, I just realized.
Monorail.
Which I thought was kind of cool. Okay, Oz has a monorail.
Why
not? Then there's the underrail, which is basically the subway.
Okay.
Which I kind of, they just mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I like the idea of the subway. So I changed it to the underrail. And I changed it to be different because, you know, I can't leave it well enough alone. So there's these monsters in this book that are from the books that are called ABC serpents.
Okay.
And there's these massive, like, serpents, but they're made up of blocks, and the blocks are you remember those wooden letter blocks?
Yeah.
That's what they're made up of, except for they're these massive blocks.
That's cool.
So this serpent is like an ABC serpent that's been hollowed out. So they ride it like a subway train, except for inside it, it still like has like venom, like pools, and like alkaline is what it runs on. So it's like there's these little puffs. I just want it to be like full, instead of innards, it's full of like open pipes and shit like that are leaking. So like usually organic people don't travel on the underrail.
Yeah.
So the people I had on it are like the Clockwork Guild, which are like clockwork people, and then the Luminous Guild, which are like living light sources, because it's like super dark down there. So I want the PCs, you know, to maybe use light of some kind, and then like one of the Luminous Guild go, hey, the guy Scab, you know, like, so they have to pay like dudes. I want Oz to be like this really weird setting, because I feel like that's what it should be. So each different place will bring them to a different party. So one will be Ginger's party, and Ginger was the general who overthrew the Scarecrow. She's like this teenage girl.
Yes.
She's throwing what basically amounts to a political rally.
Because they Rift Tracks did some weird.
Yeah, she's a pretty big character in the Oz books.
Yeah.
The monorail leads to the Hungry Tiger's party, and the Hungry Tiger is the other big talking cat in the books. Not the Cowardly Lion, he's the Hungry Tiger.
I'm just gonna pop this in here for you.
So the thing about the Hungry Tiger is he's like kind of lazy because he's like super excited there's another big cat because it takes the heat off of him.
Sure.
But he eats people. He straight up will eat you. So they're throwing, since he's like a dignitary more or less, they threw this big like opulent false jungle party where everybody who goes in is given like a backpack full of like extremely good food so he can hunt them. But there's the catch is he's made no agreement that he won't just eat them. So there's also like this sense of danger. It's like, I'm picturing this as like younger people. Oh, what a lark. And then they go in there, but there's also the fear of like this massive tiger. Yeah. This fucking massive, like Tony the Tiger murderer might just eat you if he chooses to. And the third party is Verdella's party. So here's the thing that I love about this book. You know, there's 4 witches in Oz, right?
Yes.
They're not witches in this book. They're liches.
Oh.
So the East and the West wicked witches, they didn't die. They just got like put on the shelf for a while. So Verdella is the wicked witch of the West. But she's now like using magic to disguise herself to go back into like the society of Oz and like foment discontent. Because the whole thing with the witches is they all like have like a hidden pact, or the liches, excuse me. They have this hidden pact that they're built for like balance. They're supposed to be balancing one another.
Okay.
So they're like enemies, but kind of not. They're like, it's like a sisterhood of like, there's 4 of us. You know, one of us is law, one of us is good, one of us is evil, one of us is chaos, and we kind of have to all balance each other.
Yeah.
And Verdella's thing now is, I kind of looked at it as like, she's trying to foment discontent amongst the intellectual elite. Like, oh man, you know, I'm not from Oz. I'm from across the sea, and where I'm from, you know, we put more of a onus on, you know, books and learning and magic, and so, and I also wanted the outfit in there, which is basically the Oz mob.
Yes.
And I kind of want them to be like Ugly Mannheim's inner gang. Because I fucking love Ugly Mannheim.
Oh, that whole, yeah.
I find inner gang in the Superman comics to be just such a joy. All right. So that's where I got. So at some point they're gonna have to overstay their welcome, which is just the PCs will eventually have to flee.
Okay.
Don't know why or how. So let me get to the map. Again, I really like this book, and I'd love to run like mini series in a series of mini series. I don't know how. Like, look, you can fucking get like basically like mecha, which are called tin.
Yes, there's clockwork people. It's not.
It's like they're tin mech, so they're not very strong. I mean, their armor class is like a 12, which is real bad. It's real bad. So it can get smashed up, but it's just cool the idea you have a fucking mech.
Well, yeah.
Also, I'm either going to use simple D&D, or it's called simpler D&D, which is like a super streamlined version of 5th edition, which I like. But I also might just instead use what basically boils down to what Shadow Dark system is, which is there's no skills. So you don't get to choose skills, and there's no proficiencies. So normally you're like, I'm a fighter, so I'm proficient based upon my level in in swords. So I get a +1 or a +2 or a +3 or whatever it is. This is like, no, you don't. Your ability score is where your special stuff. So if you're strong, you're like, okay, well, you know, let's say I have an 18 strength. That means I have a +4 to hit somebody with a sword, or to bash someone with a shield, or basically anything melee. I like doing away from the skills because then it makes you go like, well, I want to lie to these people. Okay, so normally there's a deception skill. And this instead, I go like, how do you want to lie to them? Because you could possibly go like, well, I'm real big, right? I'm like, yeah. You go, I want to intimidate them, but I want to intimidate them with my strength rather than lying or anything else. Okay, well, use your strength score as your base to roll off of, which I kind of already do in my games. I let you kind of, because the whole thing was I had read this thing, or no, I watched someone talk about it. I can't remember who it was. And they were saying like, I allow my players to tell me what stat they're going to use to do skill checks. And the reason I do is because I had a player in a game, one of the players broke their leg. And another player, it was just the 2 players at the time were in this situation. And the other player said, well, I need to set the break, right? And he's like, yeah, make a medicine check. He's like, which is normally like a wisdom check.
Sure.
And he goes, no, I want to use my strength. And he's like, well,
Yeah.
how? And he's like, well, I've got to put the bones back. So I'm going to use my strength to put the bones back. And he was like, I love that. But I will tell you, if you botch this roll, you're going to fuck that leg up way worse. And I just fell in love with that idea. I feel like that's it's so asking the players to like play to their strengths. And it doesn't make something like a charisma check for intimidation, where charisma can maybe be a dumb stat for somebody who's big and strong. So that means if they want to intimidate someone, they're getting a shitty modifier, as opposed to like if they're like, I want to use my strength or even my con because I'm big and hardy.
Yeah.
That gives them an actual chance to utilize what is their character. Oh, look at the Wheelers too. A little different from the movie, but I love this idea of them being like shitty rich kids. No, Buffy. Woggles like make fucking fake medicines. And they're like their own like religion. Like I think they're supposed to be like Scientologists.
Oh.
Which I kind of love. And then there's the Zoominati, who are disinformation people. They're like the first families of Oz. So they go around and spread disinformation and foment unrest so they can remain in the hidden powers of Oz. I fucking love it. All right. So this is how they set the map up. So like I said, there's 4 wards of Oz. And I believe they start in like G5. So like I said, there's 3 ways to get, they got to get to M2.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, you could travel over here. Or you can, I'm not going to worry about the actual monorail lanes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it gives them like 3 options to get over. And I like that idea. Oh, the wonderful land of Oz, huh?
Yeah. It's something.
Nice. All right. So that's kind of what I'm looking at when it comes to Oz. Thoughts, feelings, ideas that I can steal.
I like what you got. You got a good fun structure to play with.
So I'm also like, so the thing I need to do is like, so I know that when they get into the ruins, there's a Choggenmugger, which, by the way, what a fucking name.
I mean, it sounds like something you're not allowed to say anymore.
Yeah. Did you hear he called him a Choggenmugger? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like something your like your great aunt would say, and everybody would just kind of be like, "Well, different generation."
Yeah, we don't say that anymore, Grandma. Also, I just love these olive knights, and they've got like electric maces and shit. Look, Mombi, but she's old. I liked young Mombi, hot Mombi that would steal heads. There's
Young,
Ginger.
hot Mombi.
Hey, that was one of those things when you see it the first time, like, fuck, Mombi's kind of hot. And then you realize, oh, Mombi steals heads. That's not a deal breaker. There's the Hungry Tiger. I like that he's got like a little bow.
A little bow on the tail.
There's Ozma. That's Glinda. I'm sorry. I'm also going to use a puddle, which are puzzle people, or fuddle. They're puzzle people.
Okay.
And the one that they're going to be dealing with is an assassin on their way to one of these great parties who like realizes like, oh, these people are not from Oz realm. So I have a mandate to kill them. But I'm not going to kill them in public. I'm going to invite them to this fabulous party where I can probably off them easier and hide the bodies.
And I was already going to be there, so yeah.
Yeah, I was already headed there. I love this shit too. And they talk about how like, hey, because animals in Oz are sentient and some food is sentient, you got to figure out what the players can eat.
Yeah.
And they're like, you could just make fish and seafood not sentient. Also, Dorothy is African American. I love that.
Yeah.
The Sky Fairies. Um, there's the Cowardly Lion and his sweet bow on his head. There it is. There's the Choggin Mugger.
Okay. It's like a what is that? Like a gopher with a skin condition.
They're these big beasts
Mm.
that people kill sometimes when they can because they make weapons out of their body parts because their body is basically is built to kill dragons and large reptiles.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, this is not something you should feel like you can kill. It's more something you need to trick to get by. Also, I love these Metropolis Cybermen looking clockwork people.
Yeah, it's a solid design.
Yeah, I feel like the design choices that they made in this are fabulous. You know, like I don't feel like this. There's an ABC serpent. Also, I love that it's ABC.
Maybe.
So they're also going to make the under rail like underwater. So like you get to a point and you like get in it and then it goes underwater. Also, come on, it's a bear playing cards who does not look like he's happy with your bullshit. So yeah, I've got some work to do, but I feel like maybe I have.
I think you're, yeah.
I mean, I gotta get it done, but I have this week to do it. I might do a special prep school tomorrow night for a little while to work on some of this. But yeah, so I have to fill about 4 more events besides Flea. This is a Flea because I need it to be kind of on the rails just to make sure it meets the time requirement.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to make it something where they have options. That's why I like three conveyances of travel, 3 parties. So I kind of want to maybe put something here with inanimate objects or not inanimate, or animated objects or animated food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd want to do it in something weird like a low flying Zeppelin restaurant or some shit like that. I don't know. Like, what if like the food trucks in Oz are like low flying Zeppelins, like the size of a bus?
I mean, it's kind of like the what is that? Did they have those in like Fifth Element?
I don't remember if they were little.
They were just kind of like flying around. Anyway, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I mean, is that an idea you think that has legs though?
I think it gives you some potential, especially like, you know, if you're having to like escape like over the tops of them or through them or something.
Plus, I feel like then I can wherever they come out, they'll fit.
There's
Because
also
really,
I've seen, you know, you see every now and then online the videos people post of it's like here's like this busy market street and then a train just goes through the middle periodically, so everybody's got to like pull all their stuff in and everybody just goes really tight to the walls and the train goes by and then everybody just goes back to whatever they were doing.
like from the windows to the walls, Matt.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Um, they block easy egress. So the PCs should feel they have to sort of go through them the entire time they are being pursued by Members of the City Watch and Oz Ultra agents. There, that feels like a good like skill check. Like, okay, so over flee.
Well, yeah, you do like the Temple of Doom, or not Temple of Doom, Raiders sort of through the market. Do you hide? Do you try and disguise yourself? Do you just run?
Outright combat. The PCs leave their fabulous party. Leave their fabulous party with a flourish. Okay, where did I have that puddle? One of these had a puddle. Did I add that, or just think I was going to add that? I thought like I put it in there. Maybe I didn't. Where do you think the puddle would be going? Would they be going to Ginger's party, the Hungry Tiger's party, or to Verdella's party? I would assume on the underrail since they're made out of puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I just had it as a fuddle, not a. Oh, they are fuddle. I'm sorry.
Fuddle. Okay. There's your fuddle. All right.
And they are hired by Verdella. Since Verdella's like, hey, I've had bad run-ins with these fuckers from other places. They show up. I'm kind of like, no, get the fuck out, or get because if you die in Oz, you don't die. You go back to where you're from, but if you don't go back quickly, you will lose all memory and your ability to ever go back. So, all right, that's cool. We found that. We've got the floating food carts, which these are primarily operated and run by sentient food or animals, and they only serve seafood or the bounty of the sea. All right. So there's another one. So I think I've got 4 stops in between there and the. So I think this would be the ruins of the outer ruins. Of the Great Library. This would be the Wheelers, but not the Wheelers you're thinking of. These aren't the Wheelers you're looking for.
It could be.
Only if one of them was at an MAW show.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I want to be excited about what he was showing, but at the same time, I'm like, yep. So there's that. Oh, I scratched myself. I got a scratch. Okay, so we've got 2 things in here. What are y'all thinking about? Like, what would be something interesting to stick in here? We don't have to elaborate. We just want to kind of get an idea of what to put there. What's something cool from Oz lore? That could we do like this leading to like an aviary full of flying monkeys?
Oh, maybe that's like why these are like floating food trucks, is because it's like the flying monkey part of town.
See, I think if I remember right from the book, that the flying monkeys, it's like they're almost like pigeons.
Oh, so they're just
like they're everywhere and they're kind of a nuisance
everywhere.
because they're not being held in check by Verdella anymore. They're just kind of like doing their own shit.
All right. Let's see here.
That's what I was thinking, like of an aviary. You know, like Mike Tyson kept pigeons, grew pigeons. Grew pigeons? How would you raised pigeons? I don't think you grow them. Hey Matt, would you like some of my homegrown pigeons?
Homegrown pigeons.
Straight from farm to table, homegrown pigeons. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? I haven't even put together my Extra Life page yet.
I mean, I still gotta sign up for all the stuff.
Also, man, if I don't have more than 2 players in a game, I'm just not running it.
I think that's fair.
So
you got enough going on.
I mean, 2 I'll do for 2, but if I only have 1, it'll depend on the player too. Because if it's someone who was like, is desperate to play something, I might bend that. But by and large, I'm going to be like, no, I don't think so. Sorry.
No, I think that's reasonable.
Sorry, guy. Let's play something like Minecraft. I think doing like some type of aviary, since hopefully if they go up. So maybe we do this.
I'm trying to find something that
if the PCs go up, the flying monkey aviary. So the PCs go down. Yeah, we'll do that. What would be a cool thing on the ground? Could they come to a dead end and they crash, like they go through a door to hide and they do crash like a bunch of animals playing cards?
That could be good. Yeah.
And then maybe even have to like make them play a hand of cards to get out. Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay. I'll put this one. I fill this out real quick. If the PCs stay or go to ground level, they will find themselves in a dead end where the only door leads to a dark room with a few outfit goons. And what's a good animal gangster name?
Ooh.
The first thing that popped in my head was Barty. Barty. Because I grew up with a guy who grew up with my dad named Barty. Barty and Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy's still alive, to my knowledge. Barty died running from the ATF. Because old Barty Boy was moving guns. Did I ever tell you that one time they were looking for him and my uncle went outside to piss in the morning because he was drunk as fuck still? Went outside, got a bathroom, Went outside, pissed in the bushes. There was a helicopter overhead. And it was like, what does that say on the bottom? It was fucking ATF. He caught him with his dick out. He was like, yo, boys want to let me shake it at least 3 times?
All right, so I've just looked up like animal slang, and I kind of like this for snakes, which is nope rope.
What is it?
Nope rope.
Nope rope. So we need a name. Do you like the name Sammy? Sammy Nope Rope?
Sure, I think that works.
A boa constrictor. Would he be a card shark, or would he be like just like runs a gambling house? Running an illegal high stakes card game. Other players there include, now we need to come up with a few more names. And we are going to keep Barty because I do like that. Barty, oh, fuck off, you stupid piece of shit. Okay, this really makes me mad when, like, how can I get these back over where I want them? I don't know. Paragraph options, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Nope. So I think I'm just going to move these down a few, and then I'll just have to redo them.
Yeah, I can't remember how to do that.
It's annoying. Okay. Barty, a massive Kodiak bear. Billy Ray Cypress. He's a tree man. There's an actual like angry trees or something like that. God damn it. Where are they at?
Yeah. Those are in the first movie. They're fucking terrifying.
I want to remember what their names are though. There it is. Fighting trees.
I mean, how about just a like a big bruiser cat guy called Biscuits?
Mr. Biscuits. A surly cat. I think those 3 are pretty good. I'd like to have like one femme fatale though, just for the fun of it.
Okay.
What's a good femme fatale name? Oh, Noose the Snake's also good.
Yeah.
But I like Sammy Nope Rope a lot. Because Nope Rope makes me real happy. Oh, it's old Sammy Nope Rope. Okay, I want a femme fatale and I want some type of shitty clergy person. That's the mission.
All right. Let's see here.
And a headlock, baby. Why are you doing that all of a sudden, huh? Yeah. Okay, so we'll... Matt, are you taking off?
No, I'm.
No, that noise. I was like, "Is you in a fucking airplane, boss?"
Yeah, Danny's got the vacuum going.
I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh, Bambi the deer is pretty good though.
That
Maybe
is
the name, maybe Bambi as the femme fatale's name. I like that a lot. But what should her name be? Or not her? What should she be? Dude, you gotta stop with this shit.
I mean, not. Why not a deer?
A femme fatale deer. Fine, I'm cool with that. That works for me. Elvira and elephant.
And you wanted a crooked clergy?
Yeah.
All right.
I do like the idea of an elephant for the clergy, though. That's a good one to check. Father, what's the elephant everyone likes? The kid show elephant. It's like Barnabas or some shit like that.
There's Babar.
Babar should just be Father Babar.
Let's see.
And he can be like Father Guido Sarducci. Should be Father Babar Sarducci.
Well, okay. So in Italian, elephant is elefante.
Father Elefante.
Yes.
Elefante. Sorry. I think that's right.
Let me see here.
Jesus Christ, it's so dumb. It's
Here we go. Here we go. I think you should do. I'll just put it in the chat because I don't want to try and make you spell it. So yeah, I think it should be Father Elefante Tagliatella.
Ooh, tagliatelle is real good, Matt.
Well, it's just Italian for noodle.
Oh, oh dude. I'm gonna have to watch some Father Guido Sarducci stuff in order to get the thing down. Oh God, so good. Okay, why did this work and this fucking shit don't want to work? You assholes. See, did it again. Maybe it's just got to.
And Molotov, at least lately, Mr. Biscuits would be more Haggerty than Nigel. Nigel is pretty subdued, but Haggerty's been a real dick lately.
Yeah. Molotov, hello, skis. I hope you're well. We'll do this business. Maybe. Oh. God damn it. Look at that. Oh. All right. I feel like we're good there. I can get the rest of this figured out. This is. I want the whole game just to be this. I want this card game to go on forever. It's so dumb. I love it. Oh God damn it! I love every bit of this. This makes me so fucking happy, Matt. If you do not sign up for this game, I'm gonna be mighty disappointed because this is like
I gotta look at my schedule, but I'm gonna.
This is right up your alley. I do feel like that's the best way to describe cat bullshit. Flying monkey aviary. What I mean, I like the idea, but what are they doing up there? Is kind of my only idea. Like, should this also be like a negotiating thing, or should this? Because we just would have done a physical challenge if we're talking in Double Dare language. So I kind of want to. I'm just not a puzzle guy. So I don't want to put a puzzle anywhere because I will fuck that up.
I mean, maybe that's the point. Is like it's a bad puzzle.
Like the flying monkeys are like, hey, you got to figure this puzzle out first to let you out. And the puzzle's like real dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, what's a dumb puzzle then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because you could give me any dumb puzzle and people will be like, oh, that's a Ben puzzle. I don't know if you've heard the story of the first Extra Life.
I've heard it referred to.
I ran a puzzle dungeon, folks.
Mm.
3-hour block, right? 3 or 4 hours. I don't remember at that point. It lasted an hour and a half. It was bad. I was visibly angry. The whammy beam. I like it. I don't really run any Palladium stuff because I played Rifts a little bit and I did not enjoy it. I mean, I love the idea. I mean, I think that'd be easy too to turn into like a good PBTA game. If you were going to run like a TMNT style game. But we're working on our Extra Life Oz game. So, all right. So, bad puzzles, chat. Help Matt and I come up with bad puzzles.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's the thing. Like, I think if you grew up with that, you should have a soft spot for it. I mean, I have a soft spot for West End Star Wars. I fucking love it. I don't run it, but I love it because I grew up on it. So hell yeah, Molotov, hell yeah. Oh god damn it, Shaggy, that's good. It could be like a 3-question thing, and the flying monkeys have to constantly confer with one another, and they start arguing. And maybe the PCs realize that they could probably get them to argue and just walk out like a fucking Warner Brothers cartoon.
Good luck, Super Spike.
Good luck, Spike. Hopefully FedEx has their shit together. I'm not betting on it. That's a Matt joint right there. Sammy Nope Rope is a Matt.
Well, you put the Sammy in there.
Hi, Christy. Working on our Oz game.
Yeah, I gotta pull up the.
I did too. I have those books as well. I love them a lot, but we use the PBTA hack of Star Wars, and then I just use those books as source books because they're fucking great. I had a lot of those books when I was younger, before my RPG collection was sold out from underneath me by a former roommate. So I don't blame him, and here's why. That person was for a long time one of my best friends. He was the best man at my wedding. I had to move back to Kansas for a while and help out. And he was like, I didn't think you wanted these books anymore. So, like, I had a ton of World of Darkness books. I had a crap ton of Western Star Wars, and he sold it. In his way of trying to make good, he gave me 4 long boxes of his comics.
Okay.
And I was like, you do not have to do this. And he's like, well, I mean, I feel really bad. I wish I was still friends with John, but he kind of had like a meltdown, and I kind of was like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. So.
Yeah, you hit a point sometimes where it's.
But I feel really bad because I never should. He's someone I kind of gave up on, and I look back on that, and I feel shitty about it. One of the French Knights in Monty Python. That's what we were just kind of talking about. Like I want to do like a riddle or some really bad puzzle, a Ben style shitty puzzle dungeon moment. But we're also talking like, what if the real goal is to get the monkeys flying monkeys more agitated at each other, so you can just literally walk out while they're arguing. Yes. Hell yeah. These are just imagination fueled bullshit streams that we do. But I am working on, like I said, trying to get the Oz thing done. I feel like, Christy, I want to show you something. I don't want you to use it as cheating fuel. But so the PCs in our Mountain Monsters game will have to choose the name of their show at the beginning. So it can be, don't go wonder. The ones I have right now is Don't Go Wandering in Them Woods, Countryside Cryptids, Big Hill Beasts, Holler Horrors, or Valley Varmints. So yeah, Molotov. If you have anybody who has things to add to this, also don't hesitate to throw them out. The Oz Ultra stuff comes from this book. There is a system agnostic book out there, and I have a physical copy, and then I had to purchase yet another digital copy, which I found to be irritating, which was just expensive. It's called Fantasy Roleplay Setting. It's system agnostic. It's by Andrew Kolb. I also own his Neverland book, which is a system agnostic version of Neverland. The books are beautiful. I mean, they are bound well. They've got like gold inlay, like in this case, it's like an emerald inlay. They've got the little cloth bookmark in them. They're great. Christy, did you listen to the new, Matt, did you listen to the new Big Feats episode?
I did. I mean,
I want to watch that stupid fucking alien cowboy show now.
I do not. It sounds terrible.
It does, but that's why I want to watch it.
It doesn't sound terrible in a good way. If they couldn't find something to like about it, I don't know.
Hunky cowboys looking for aliens and they're dumb as fuck. Come on, dog. It's Molotov. I cannot recommend it enough. And if you want to reach out to me on Discord, I can hook you up with a link for the book. From me to you. I'm not selling it, so don't get pissed off. I'm allowing community members to use it. So you can definitely have access to it. But I would recommend just buying it. I got mine off of the dreaded Amazon during a sale for like $20, and I bought both books came in a pack for $30, and it was $30 well spent. Because I'm going to want to run Neverland at some point. Just because I love the idea of it. And fucking Captain Hook is an amazing villain. So, there's our Oz Ultra agents, which I also love. Exactly. Sales are going to sell themselves.
Yeah, see, I don't have Roku either, so that's...
But we both have access to Dougflix. And Doug will make that shit happen. Doug and I watched a movie. I don't know if anyone's keeping up with our pellet reviews for 31 and 31. Doug and I watched a Sasquatch movie called Primal Rage, which was a fucking joy. It was so wild. It was Predator Bigfoot. He had tree armor. He was the spirit of a dead Indian chief. He had a cow skull helmet. He was just murdering fools in some gruesome ways. Unfortunately, there was a sexual assault by a Bigfoot in it. There was a forced bride, but it was as tastefully shot as you can do for some shit like that. But it was a blast. Also, the American Indian sheriff and deputy were amazing. So deadpan, so fucking funny. They reminded me of Robert Forster. His last role which was in Wolves of Snow Hollow, like his sheriff. This sheriff reminded me of that character, except for funnier and doesn't die in the middle of the movie. Because if you've seen Wolves of Snow Hollow, it's like you're like Robert Forster. I mean, when they tell you he has a heart issue at the beginning of the movie, you're like, oh, he's gonna die. This is Robert Forster's heart. Check off yes. Robert Forster's heart. So yeah, anyway, I just fucking love this picture. It's so ominous. Anyway, which is funny because the next is Patchwork Girl's picture. these two things definitively don't feel like they belong in the same world, but they do. All right, back to business. We need a goddamn puzzle.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking for puzzles.
I feel like it needs to be a 3-part thing because I do love whoever said like the Monty Python, what is my favorite color?
Yeah.
I really do think that works very well. Also, both Colin and I watched The Doom That Came to Gotham. Have you watched it yet, Matthew?
I have not, or nor have I read it.
You haven't read it? Well, I can loan you the trade. It's really good.
I've heard it is.
And Mignola did the covers as well as he was the writer on it. So it's got that Hellboy feel, but it was like DC was like, you know what? It's an Elseworld. Kill whoever you want. And he was like, really? They were like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. And he was like, really? Because there is some significant body horror in that. And they do a good job of adapting it for the animated flick. Oh shit! Hey Beard, catch that. Be safe. No hijacking. I mean it, Beard. No hijacking. All right. What if it was something like something dumb, like who is the true queen of Oz, and then they can't even agree on who the true queen of Oz is. So like they're like arguing about it, and then you could just say any of those names, and they'll be like, "Yeah, see."
Well, or as soon as you say a name, they immediately start arguing, like about like the one who asked the question is like, well, it's obviously this, and then the rest disagree.
So it's 3 questions with no right answers, as even the flying monkeys cannot actually agree on the correct answers. The third answer should result in flying monkey on flying monkey violence, where the PCs can exit in a sneaky fashion or get involved, which will eventually have all the flying monkeys turn on them. Like, hey, it's all right if I call him a fuckhead, but you're not allowed to.
I also saw something where somebody was like, okay, what if like you have a like what if like the way out is behind a tarp that says trap on it? And they just misspelled it.
Okay, we're putting that in. It's too good.
So you either lift up the tarp and there's like a hatch, or it just leads to a hole.
They get involved. It will eventually. Okay. Sorry. Sneaky fashion, as there is a large tarp with the words trap misspelled, and should just say tarp,
yeah,
instead of trap. misspelled, and um, misspelled, which leads to a hatch that will take them down to street level again if they choose to get involved. Okay. So 3 questions.
Well, they got to be Oz.
Oz related.
Well, I mean, maybe, maybe not, but
The last one is, who is the Queen of Oz?
okay.
Who is the Queen of Oz? Um,
Let's see here.
hey, that's not my problem. A little body cavity search never hurt anybody, as long as it's consensual. Who's the Queen of Oz? So we need. Hey, it could be, what does the hungry tiger eat? Because
Okay.
it's just everything. What does the hungry tiger eat? So now we just need one more. Let's just look here. I just realized, I think Polychrome, which is one of the named characters in. Oh shit, Nova is one. I'm not sure who Nova is. Is that your dog, Shag? Or is the Marvel Legends figure Nova also watching this? Because that would be kind of cool as well. There's a character in Dan Brereton's Nocturnals named Polychrome, and I kind of wonder if that's not a riff on this character.
Oh.
I want it to be something that maybe it's like, what did the Scarecrow need?
Mm.
Do you think that works? Oh, nice.
I think that works.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that. What did King Scarecrow need? All right, I like this. I feel like these are easy enough, especially hopefully after this they could say anything and they would argue about whether it's right or not, because it's all right. I think we're good there. This makes me so, like, I think this scene would be fun as fuck, but this scene has me like because we need to put there we go. When the PCs interrupt the game, they are forced to play 3 hands of, just like, I'm trying to remember what poker's called with the river and all that shit. It's just called poker, right? Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
Okay. Forced to play Oz Hold'em poker for their freedom. We'll just put Texas Hold'em. Cool. Shouldn't be Oz. It should be how about if it's Mombi Hold'em? Since Mombi was like, where's Ozma? Where's Mombi at? There's Mombi. I'm gonna call it Mombi Take 'em.
There you go.
Oh, Shaggy. Oh, Shaggy. No. I'll tell you why. I love the idea, but in Verdella's scene, we have a band of self-playing instruments playing jazz.
Well, but you're only gonna get one of the three, right?
Oh shit, yeah, and you may not even get this either. Yeah, Shaggy, you're right. All right, we're keeping it.
Yeah, they can be a like
the corner. There is a chicken
the roasters.
quartet. Oh god damn it! What are they playing? What's their music?
I'm thinking like kind of like like the Texas
Kenny
Swing.
Rogers.
Yeah, that's what this is all a reference to.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could just be playing, like some kind of, country.
Riding the roasters. Yes, I know. It just kind of that dumb joke wrote itself. Oh god damn it! This is too good. This is the problem: is we have all this good shit that we may not even get to use.
Well, you can file it away.
Yeah. Or just I wouldn't mind even. I've talked about this before about if we end up doing a Patreon or whatever, or just putting this shit out. $1 a month, you get like our notes. There you go. Have fun. And not in a PDF. You literally just get the Word document, so you can just go in and fucking do whatever you want to it. I feel like we put out enough. We get enough shit done. I mean, Chaos Scar every month and Star Wars and all that. That I think if people wanted to use it, they could do whatever they wanted with it. I mean, I'd probably put a header on it that I would lock that basically says, something about prep school on it, and then like our names or whatever at the top. But something. I feel like people, especially, I see people put out stuff on a consistent basis that they're selling. That sometimes I'm like, this isn't that good. Not that our shit is good or whatever, but I think our shit is at least weird. I mean, I think our Star Wars stuff is fun because I don't see anybody else doing Star Wars shit like we're doing Star Wars shit. I mean, I feel like we're doing different, interesting things. And then like, I feel like Chaos Scar is weird enough. I'm gonna go move this down. The biggest thing is I would just need to get better about like formatting stuff. I don't do a good job with it because I don't care. But if I was doing something where we were asking $1 from people, I would do a little bit more.
Sure.
All right. I think we're gonna call it there. It's been an hour and 30 minutes, and Matt's got stuff to do.
I mean, I usually do.
Matthew, where can people find you?
Mostly here, but also, I got an Instagram. My social media is all Blue Sky these days. I
know you said I should sign up for Blue Sky.
I mean, it's like it's a Twitter clone, but it's less toxic and it's not owned by shithead McGee. So, who's pumping racist shit into your feed all the time. So I enjoy that. But it's smaller, which is, I guess, is fine too. But
yeah, we should talk about that. We should.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I'm on Blue Sky, and then I've got an Instagram that I haven't updated in a while, and that's me. So.
I haven't either. Someone was saying like, "Hey, you need to get back to taking pictures of your shit and posting it."
I very much need to do that as well.
So one thing I wanted to bring up real quick is the monstrosity in the back corner. As you can see, I've stopped putting stuff away because I'm lazy. But I need to do that. Cassandra was like, "Yeah, I'll help you with that if you just put the rest of your miniatures away first."
Well, I
so
do. If you have a need, I will have many more of working through. God damn.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I am going to be giving a pile of those away to my nephews, to the young gentlemen. This is how I like to refer to them, because they need them to sort their Legos.
Ah.
And their mom, my sister-in-law, was very much like, can you? She saw a picture with all the empty containers and was like, "Hey, do you think we could get some of those?" And I was like, my wife was like, "Just fucking give some of them some of the containers." And then it was just like, what? I was like, "What are they for?" She was like, "Your nephews." I'm like, "The young gentleman," and she was like, "I'm not going to call them that." And I was like, "Well, then I guess the conversation's over." And she was like, "Fine. The young gentlemen want to sort their Legos." And I was like, "Okay, well now I have to."
Sure.
Because that sounds baller. But I still use them too. But I don't mind. But having some extra would be good.
Yeah, I can definitely. I mean, I'm going to continue. I'm working on clearing stuff out. At some point,
What were you using them for?
Well, I got examples of that too. That's not a good example.
That is a poor example. Oh shit! You're getting rid of all your 3/4, 3/4, huh?
Eventually, it's a process,
awesome.
but yep, that's the
Cool,
plan.
man.
I mean, I'm definitely I them as I need them.
Did you ever get rid of that big T-Rex?
Yes. I don't know where or how, but I did.
Okay. I was just checking. You know me, I salivated over that big T-Rex.
It was cool. I got a smaller one. So.
I have a couple smaller ones, and they're very cool. That's a line where I'm just like, I want to get stuff from it just to use for He-Man shit. Because I also feel like when they decide to do dinosaurs for the pre-Eternia, that we're probably just going to get, because they own that Jurassic Park stuff. So
yeah,
I feel like we'll get that. But I mean, come on, they're fucking cool. That Jurassic Park line, I can't remember who it is, the Hammond collection. That stuff is just incredible.
Oh yeah, they do good. They do good stuff.
They really do. The character figures suck ass, but the dinosaurs are incredible.
Some of the 6-inch ones were all right, but yeah.
Come on, Matt. They're not anywhere near as good as those goddamn dinosaurs, baby. Speaking of which,
they know where
they know what brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, they know where the bread's buttered.
Speaking of which, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to play Jurassic Minecraft for a little while on stream. We're going to try to get some equipment, and armor to kill that motherfucking T-Rex that griefs us so often, because I'm tired of his bullshit. And I know eventually he's going to find out where we live. So I'm planning a preemptive strike because I know he's going to wreck that village, even though I put a wall around it. Even though I built that wall and I didn't even try to charge Mexico. Where can they find you here? But when are you back on David's channel?
Well, this week is actually my week, so I will be there. If anybody is tuning in.
What are you working on?
I got some 3D printed weapons for my Marvel vs. Capcom style cable. I got to work on. I got to finish up my El Santo.
You made an El Santo?
Yeah, using that head that you gave me.
I didn't even know you finally made it. Let me see it.
I gotta paint his knee pads.
God damn it, Matt. He's beautiful.
If it'll focus, which it won't.
Put your hand on it. Oh God, that's good. That's so good, Matt.
I used an Owen body, so he had that little bit more chunky vibe. But yeah, and then I've
You
been
need
working.
to have him fighting monsters. I need this shot.
I gotta make him a cape too.
I need this shot, Matt.
But I've been working on this.
Brock boat?
Well,
Brock boat.
I mean,
Mer, mer.
but also the Russian.
Oh fuck! I thought for sure we were getting Brock boat, and I was like,
No, it's just the Russian.
Tug Lesnar. Which is better, Tug Lesnar or Brock boat?
Tug Lesnar.
Tug Lesnar. Tug Lesnar sounds like a character from one of our games.
I mean, he will be.
Yeah, I want that lucha head too.
Oh, who is so great? I love that figure.
That head is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Matt, if you ever just want to come on Mang and just talk about bullshit with us while we do our dumb shit, you're always welcome.
I know.
We'll put out them because it's before your normal.
Yes, I'm just very bad about time and things and such.
Matthew, you are wonderful about time.
I don't know if you would have this. I should see how well.
Are you doing those Operation Monster dudes at all, Matt?
I wasn't going to, but I actually got some, and man, they're good.
Yeah, really good. I've been seeing some of the people I buy from on Macari putting parts out, and those parts are fucking great.
I wish this wasn't so small for a mochi body.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that head, but it's cool looking. It's a little small, but I mean, I think you can get away with smaller heads on mochi bodies if you can use certain things around them.
Yeah.
I feel. Oh, do you have anything? So I got this Primal Age Black Manta for like $4. I took the head off already, which I'm gonna have to Dremel out, of course. But I thought this shit was attached, and it's not. It's part of the mold.
Okay.
So I need some type of backpack apparatus.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Because I'm working on still working on my Motu Origins Primal Age, boys.
Well, this actually reminds me because now that they've done an official one, I don't really have a use for this. Would you?
Yeah, you told me about this a long time ago, and I was like, whenever you want to give that fucker up, I will take it.
All right, I will add that to your pile. I also got this from a printer. I'm gonna use it, but it seems like the kind of thing that you might be.
Fuck. Hell yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm keeping that invitation. And same thing with Spoopy Boys, Matthew.
I did just send you an article about, or put an article in the Spook Troop chat.
I saw that.
About Japanese horror.
I didn't watch any Japanese horror yet this year. I love 70s Japanese horror.
I was going to say, I think Kwaidan is...
We watched Kwaidan last year. I cannot tell you how much I recommend that movie.
Yeah, Kwaidan's good shit.
There's also the Japanese Blood trilogy, which is like Dracula shit. There's like the one I watched last year was it's either called Dracula Lake or Lake Dracula.
Yes, I remember you telling me about Lake Dracula.
It's really good. I've watched a lot of foreign films this year for the last 31 days, and I'm a little like my eyes are just like staring at subtitles, and I'm having to wear my glasses because it's like, did you pick up the Death's Head figure then?
I did.
Is it good? It looked beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's slick. It's slick. They did a good job. I mean, they basically used the same recipe that I was gonna use for my custom, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, it's less work for you.
So,
yeah, I'm like I said, anytime you want to do anything, you're always welcome. We'd be more than happy to have you. Otherwise,
I feel like I'm got my shit under control.
otherwise, make sure you're catching Matt and La Dave Wheeler, um, Penciler to the Stars.
I'm with you, Shaggy. I also want that new OC just because he doesn't have rubber pants.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
I'd like to get a hold of a Danhausen head, because I think Danhausen would be a good, like, weird Motu, but I feel like it's probably small.
They're going to be a little small, I think, but
some of the AEW heads have used have been like perfect, like Malachi Black with his big like horn things.
yes,
that I got is great.
Some of them have pretty decent sized domes that are usable.
I mean, I used a Hobbs head and it was good. I did do a lot of like dremeling and shit like that, but I'm not
like the big guys are generally pretty solid, but more of the normal size.
No midgets.
Yep.
Brother. No.
Somebody found that.
I want to see El Santo kicking the shit out of Monster Force monsters, Matt. That's all I want. I want him just dropping fools, like pushing guns to the side. I demand some stop motion El Santo fighting monsters from you.
So actually, that does remind me.
Also, I need you to teach me how to do stop motion so I can start doing some of that shit. Because I've seen some of like the stuff Mattel does with their lines, their little ads with stop motion are so glorious. Did you see the one with the Turtles of Grayskull with Leonardo?
I think so.
And Uzi, He-Man grabbing the sword at the same time. Oh god damn it!
Let me see if I can.
Fuck Chris Jericho. I won't do anything with Chris Jericho. Fuck Chris Jericho. I saw someone made a sign and held it up at AEW and said, I saw Terrifier 3 and when Chris Jericho died, I clapped. I was just like, fuck yes, great sign.
So, yeah, the one Monster Force figure that I have so far that is probably going to be the most useful to you would be the Forgotten King.
Yeah, so it's a little small. I love
it is a little small, yes.
I love all the pieces, though.
The staff is good and the effects pieces are cool.
Yeah. I just think that line's great.
Yeah, they're doing some really, really cool stuff. I wasn't going to get it. And I got some when I saw they came in stock, just kind of like, well, let's see what they're like. And now it's like, crap, I'm buying all of these.
And they're perfect for your classified stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I already had a bunch of them on pre-order. Not the Monster Force, but it's the Order of the Crimson Moon stuff that's coming out next year. Which is using a lot of the same molds, but basically those are, serial numbers sanded off versions of the UK only Action Force villains, the Red Shadows.
Oh yeah.
Who I love. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pre-order these, and then when I saw these come into stock, I'm like, well, maybe I'll get some just to see what they're like. Make sure that my money is going to be well spent, and they're really well done.
Yeah, they're really, the paint applications on them look amazing.
Yeah, it's good paint applications. I found them to be solid, joints, well constructed, all that stuff, which is nice because it's this company's first foray into 6-inch, so I wasn't sure.
Isn't that wild? Like how good those are?
Same company is going to be doing Cops, which I am super excited about because I always love.
That's wild. I love that cartoon, and I had some of those figures when I was a kid.
Bart Sears designs, baby. And
what happened?
Larry Hama file cards.
What happened to Bart Sears?
I don't know. He probably moved into like Hollywood or something.
He had a hell of a run.
He did
like 5 or 6 years.
I mean, there's a lot of those guys where it's just like they're not doing, they're not doing regular work anymore because they don't have to or need to.
I mean, really, Valiant was built on the back of Bart.
Yeah, because you've got guys like him and like Mike Zack and stuff like that, where it's like they were huge and now they just don't do sequential work anymore, which I guess whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Did you see have you looked at any of the Savage Crucible stuff?
I have.
It's really good. It's really good. Like I've said, if I was a rich man, I probably would have got into Mythic Legions. And there's so many things now that are coming out that are
Oh yeah.
like it's like the monster Operation Monster stuff, but it's Mythic Legions. Savage Crucible being one of them. So what I was going to ask you is if you ever see a General Ratlore head,
Okay.
I desperately want that because I fucking hate the Ratlore head. I
All right.
love the 2000X Ratlore head.
Yeah, the 2000X Ratlore look is way better.
It's one of the best improved looks of any of the He-Man characters.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I've been contemplating this head as my Ratlore replacement head. Oh.
Okay.
But I keep looking at, I have a 2000X Ratlore, which I'm thinking I might just end up culling for parts, which is upsetting to me because I really like that figure, but I don't collect that line, and I just want the head and the armor and all that stuff off of it. But that head, it's like, so it's not a dinosaur, it's not a snake, it's like got this weird kind of cheek flare going on. I just can't. Some of the Snake Men heads are just, they should have been like at some point gone, yeah, like I don't know if I showed you this, but I got this Squeeze head that I painted.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. I mean, that head is, I'm not using it for Squeeze. As you can see, I put Frogmonger arms on it. I'll use it for my own Snake Man. But like that head is 100 times better.
Yeah, I mean,
and again, I think it's a 2000X version. And I just wonder if it's because the Horsemen were just like, you know what, we don't have to be slaves to the OG line.
I think that was part of it, and they were trying to kind of, because some of those weren't great, but
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, but I'm looking for that head. I'll tell you if I decide just to rip the Ratlore head and armor and shit off that body. Would you want that body then? I don't know if it would fit for anything you would want to use it for.
I mean, I'm always down to try stuff.
Okay, it's a big bulky boy body. I mean, it's a good toy. I mean, it's just like I don't collect that line.
I mean, honestly, you could get the armor and the skirt off of that thing.
Easy.
And use those.
Real easy. Yeah, I'm going to if I do that. All right, Matt, last thing.
Yes.
Have you watched the trailer for Sunset Superman yet?
No.
After we're done,
okay,
you need to go watch this. I'm going to send it to you. Do you know what it's about?
No.
It has an alternative title called Don't Mess with Grandma.
Okay.
It is Michael Jai White's newest flick.
Okay.
And the whole premise is he goes to see his grandma for dinner, who they don't have the best relationship, and Billy Zane has hired a bunch of people because there's supposedly something hidden in a bear's head in the house. So they're just trying to rob the house, and they didn't realize he was there, and it's just him kicking the shit out of these people.
All right. Well, I've searched it out here. I'll check out the trailer here.
Also, I did not know that the name is based off of a Dio song called Sunset Superman. Oh. And I looked up the song, and much like all of Dio's best songs, there is blowing wind at the beginning of the song. And I was like, oh shit, this looks awesome. But literally at the end of the trailer, it's him and another guy standing there, and the other guy's like, we're gonna die. And he goes, over my dead body, and he just looks at him, he's like, looks down, and that's how it ends. Like, he's just such a dumb shit. But at one point he tells him, he's like, I don't care if it kills me, but I'm gonna go down there, and while my heart's still beating, I'm gonna break every one of your motherfucking faces. And his little trailer is just full of him fucking like teenagers up. And like Billy Zane, I did not recognize him the first time I saw him. He's dressed like a high school gym teacher with a mustache. And it is great. I'm so excited to watch this movie. It looks so fucking ridiculous. I'm pumped for it. I think Michael Jai White, the movies he has put out the last like 5 years have been just banger on banger on banger. I've yet to see his cowboy movie, but I'm fucking stoked for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know that came out even.
I don't know if it has. This one got a bunch of awards at like Fantastic Film Fest and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is the first 3 people who enter the building have pig masks on. Like the 3 little pigs.
Looks like it did.
And one of the guys in it is also one of the druggies from Letterkenny, which also makes me laugh because I find those the burnout guys to be pretty funny. So anyway, watch it. I want to hear your opinion of it because I think it looks really stupid and fun.
All right.
Also, last thing. I watched a movie that came out on Shudder. Just came out and I just watched it, called Azrael.
Okay.
It's starring Samara Weaving, who I am now said, if you have a bloody Samara Weaving in your movie, I'm going to fucking watch it, because The Babysitter and Ready or Not are certified bangers, horror movies, and they're so much fun. This was not fun.
Oh.
The only English spoken in this movie is in a song on the radio for about maybe a minute. The only other language spoken in this movie, I believe, is Spanish.
Oh.
For less than a scene.
Okay.
There is no other dialogue in this movie. This is a post-rapture apocalypse movie. And it is good as fuck, but there's just no language because all these people think that in order to show their penitence, they have to burn out their voice boxes. So you have all these like religious zealot people, and there's these, I guess they're supposed to be demons in the woods. It's fucking wild. And that ending, chef's kiss. She's great in it. She is fucking great in it. I can't recommend it. I always find that if you do a movie with very little dialogue, it can be either done very well, like in A Violent Nature, or it can be done very poorly.
Yeah.
This was done very well, and the effects are really good. And god damn, the last like 30 minutes, you're just like, holy shit. But yeah, highly recommend it. I don't know what your lovely wife's been watching this spoopy season, but it's one. I can't remember if you don't have my Shudder stuff, let me know. I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, I had it at one point, but
it's real good.
All right.
It's really good. It's super tense. Also, again, fucking watch it doing the game of Gotham.
I will.
All right. So I am back. I'll be back in like 20 minutes, and we'll play some Minecraft for a little bit. And then maybe we'll do some prep school tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. And then I won't be back. Well, I think Ming is this Tuesday. I don't know. Colin was supposed to check his schedule. And then we will be back Friday for the start of Extra Life.
Hell yeah.
I took Monday off because I was like, I'm gonna fucking need it. They were like, what do you need it off for? I told them. They were like, oh yeah, for sure, take that off, please. So yeah, thanks for watching, for hanging out for like 2 hours, for coming up with great ideas. I hope everyone had fun. And I guess I'll see you in a little bit. Matt's gonna do some Matt business.
Yeah, I'll get up to whatever I get up to. So
bomb us to all.
Bomb us.
Bomb us, Matthew.
Bomb us.
Bomb us.